guys, I'm Ryan, this is Tracy and Racing. That's Eric right there.
What's going on?
And we're already on 2021. Stripping it down, gonna make it some major modifications for next year, and hopefully get faster. And it's Thursday, so you know we're a little bit thirsty.
Oh, there's so much crap attached to that.
All right, so an hour and a half later, she's just about naked. Got the ass end out of her. Kind of a bittersweet moment. This non-floater stock 9 inch has been in this car since 2015, as far as I owned it, and God knows how long before that. Spent a whole lot of time pulling these axles out and trying to do gear swaps these years, and it's finally over, thank God. Out with the old, in with the new. All right, it's come to my attention that some of you guys don't know what I mean when I say I'm putting my floater in. So I'm gonna tell you right now, the one that we just pulled out is a non-floater. And basically what it means is the axle and the bearing are all one piece. So let me flip this guy over for you so you can see. So you got the axles in there that go into the actual gear set, and out here on the edge you have a bearing that's inside. I brought an axle out to show you kind of what I mean. So this bearing is pressed onto the axle here, and so basically when you're putting power to these axles from the engine, instead of just turning the wheel and tire, you're also trying to turn all the load and the force that's on this bearing, you know, from the side preload or whatever. So let me go show you what I'm talking about with the new one and how it's different. It's out here in the back. All right, so the new one here, the floater, I say new, but obviously you can see it's not too new. New used. The way this guy works, there's no axles in it right now, but basically here, the hub and the bearing are all part of the housing here. And so basically what happens is you slide the axle here and it splines in, which obviously comes in the gear set. So when you're turning the axle, you're not trying to turn all the bearing forces and stuff as well. So it's a little more efficient. It's just mostly easier to get gear change, because instead of taking all this assembly off with the brake caliper and stuff, all you have to do is pull this cap off, which is missing over here, and you can just slide the axle right out, and then you can drop the whole gear set out. You can do it if you wanted to with the car on the ground with the wheels on and everything. So it's just a whole lot easier to do gear swaps, and it's more efficient. So my plan is I'm going to power wash this guy right now, get it cleaned up, and I'm going to do all my mounts and brackets and stuff. So I got to cut all this old stuff off, like this. This is actually for an old modified, or I'm not sure, maybe a late model, because it has the bird cages here for the 4-link suspension. So I'm going to get all it bare, and then I'm going to weld all my stuff on, and then I'm going to take it to get straightened, because I come to realize that when you're doing a lot of welding and stuff, especially if you're doing some high intensity welding that causes a lot of heat, it's possible to actually start bending the tube depending on how you're welding it and stuff. So if it does bend at all when I'm welding the new mounts and stuff on, it'll be fine after I get it straightened. So that's the plan. All right, fast forward a little bit. This nice clean shop turned into a total disaster. I got metal shavings all over the floor. This is all stuff I cut off the old, I say old, but it's gonna be the new rear end. New used rear end that I'm not gonna be using. Just cut all this garbage off. Started fresh. So I got it sitting in there right now. It's just kind of floating. Nothing's really attached besides the J-bar. And it's just kind of floating where I want it to be. I got the wheels chalked, so I got the correct distance from the frame, and the pinion angle is where it should be, so I can start tacking everything into place, like the spring mounts and whatnot. Running into all kinds of issues as usual, running into problems of placement and stuff, and geometry problems. But I'm gonna grind through this. We're still gonna try to get to the track on January 1st. It's just coming up really quick. So I got the cockpit all opened up, clearance, so I can put some bracketry in there. I do like my Dave Hammond brackets. These things are sweet. Got the Dave Hammond bracket on the rear too. Dave's a cool guy. He's got a YouTube channel out there and a lot of videos that help us racers out with info and whatnot. So thanks to him. Also, we got 400 subscribers to Trezzian Racing channel. So I don't know who y'all are out there watching, but thanks. And let's keep this thing going. I enjoy making these videos, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them. So got a whole lot more grinding to do. I'm gonna get to it. I want to show you guys my new rims. I've been accumulating chrome rims here and fixing them up and painting them. So little by little, I think we're gonna have a full set of chrome and spares. I just released a video too recently about how to fix the rims up if they're bent in, the lips are tore up or something, and how to do a little touch-up work with some chrome spray paint. You guys be sure to check that out if you'd be interested in making some junk go fast. All right, about to weld this right rear spring perch on the rear end. And would you know it, where I want to put the spring is right where the frame is. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the top mount. I might run it through the actual center of the frame and just drill a big ass hole and weld it up. But this is the first I've ever put together a housing like this before with all the brackets and stuff. So I'm just shooting from the hip. I don't know if this is gonna work. I hope it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. But if we're not making traction like I was making before, then I guess I gotta go back to school or something. Yeah. I'm doing that thing I always do. Ah, I found it. I'm always forgetting my beer somewhere.
Always.
Not liking the way this brake caliper sits on the slide bolt. So I'm gonna move this bracket in a little bit, which requires me to cut off some welds down here and retack it. Eric's doing some tire work. Good looking rims. Putting some good rims on the car for once. Nice and shiny.
That blue pop.
These bead locks don't leak. When you got that much silicone on them. So we've been mounting these tires. Finally came out with a good product here. That's what I'm talking about. Finally got something I actually like. Chrome, black bead lock. Looking good as hell. Just needs a body now.
These are your axles.
That's the axles?
This is the axles.
And the Speedway claws came and dropped off some gifts here.
I think that's all that's in this box.
I don't know what's in this box. I thought this was the axles here. There's two axles there. What's in this long one?
Some stuff in the bottom here.
I don't know. Oh, another box. Cool. Can't do this shit one-handed. Oh, the wheel studs, the long ones, 4-inch wheel studs. Receipt. I think it's a receipt. No, there's something in there. What the hell is that? Oh, a couple bolts for the drive plates. That is a weight jack bolt. I'm gonna use that for the shock mount. And then
What do we got here?
oh, universal inner axle seal. I'm gonna try this out. See how it works. This is what fell out of Andrew's car when we tried to do the gear swap on it.
Oh, really?
Yep. And then another wheel stud kit. I want to know what this is right here. Okay, so the camera died last night while we were opening up the last box. What it was was this body bracing kit right here from Speedway. This stuff is actually pretty cool. It's pretty thick, angle iron. So that was the last box. I'm still waiting on one more package, and that's a spring cup for the left rear over here. And I'm really kind of stuck until I get that package, because everything right now is just kind of tacked into place, and I need to pull the rear end out afterwards and start welding everything up permanently. But without that cup, I really can't get the measurements I need for the rest of the stuff. So I still got to make shock mounts and chain mounts and stuff, so kind of held up. But we did get one other box. Thank God for Cyber Monday. I bought a new oil pan. This thing is trick as hell. Kevco oil pan is pretty much the best of the best that they sell for circle track racing. So this thing's gonna go in the big motor. When I say big, I mean the 355 is gonna be damn near 700 horsepower, maybe 650 horsepower. So yeah, that's gonna be going on there for sure. But anyways, until then, we're really kind of stuck here. I did a little bit of cleaning up, if you can believe it, but that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching on Teresian Racing Channel, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully it won't be very long from now, and we can start working on this thing again, and cross my fingers on making the January 1st race at Stockton. So we'll see how it goes. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.